Best Days is the center part of the album, more or less. It's the rock bottom of the album emotionally. I hit a really dark point about around January 2020. I vividly remember having like a little New Year's get together with my friends and my family and everything, and what was supposed to be a really fun, cool, wonderful time was actually a really dark time. I remember like being with everyone and having to go upstairs, and I just felt like crying, just thinking like, this is New Year's, it's supposed to be like a new chapter in everybody's lives, and I could not for the life of me see anything good to come. I just had the vivid thought like, I don't think there are any good days ahead of me. I feel like all of my good days have passed, and I went through them being sad, and I wasted them, and I don't see any good to come of life ever, which is really sad and dark. And I was in the middle of writing with John at the time. It was the few days that I was writing Box in the Ocean, and Box in the Ocean at the time didn't have a bridge to it yet. So I went in with that thought. So I guess this day would have been like January 2nd or 3rd or something after New Year's. In the blank part of the bridge of Box in the Ocean, I started singing, what if my best days are the days I've left behind? So it was originally the bridge to Box in the Ocean, but then John like turned to me and was like, you're dumb. Like, why are you using like that as the bridge? Like, that's its own individual song. Like, no. And he wouldn't let me put it in the bridge. I'm like, I just thought it was like a throwaway line. And he's like, that's a chorus. Like, we are taking that, write a new bridge for Box in the Ocean. This is its own song. And I was like, okay. But he definitely thought I was an idiot for doing that. He's like, you always waste good lyrics on bridges. Like, no. So he stole it, started playing on the piano. He's like a piano genius. And he started playing this like gorgeous tear jerker of a piano piece, and he's like, sing the thing, and I was like, okay, what if my best days are the days I left behind? And then that's how it started, and then I was very emotional. I like cried and wrote the whole thing from the beginning, and I'm glad that I did, because it is one of my favorite songs on the whole album, and it seems to be a favorite with everybody that I play it for. It's just really emotional and really, really honest. And I don't know, saying it out loud was super scary because, it's very hard to admit that you feel like life doesn't have a purpose anymore. But again, it's good now that I am kind of out of that period, because I can look back and see where I was and see where I am and know that there are good days ahead. And hopefully anybody who hears this song is reminded of the fact that even though it feels like you're stuck and it feels like there's nothing good ahead, you do have a part in that, and you do have a say in that. And while happiness is a difficult, strange battle, it is one that is worth fighting and going through every day. And I think, you only have one life, so just fight super hard to just make it good. And you can make it good, because I'm like living proof of that. There are good days ahead. And yeah, so I'm glad I kept going, and I'm glad that we have a song out of it too.